fan favourites, the Suda Prashim Royals. And this is what they're playing for. Now, famously, Mount Everest is 8,848 metres. This trophy has been designed at 8,848 millimetres with a little rock of the Himalayas right on the top of it. An iconic trophy for this iconic tournament. There's the 8 captains. One big late piece of news. We thought the marquee player, Asif Sheikh, would captain Janakpur, but in fact they've gone with Anil Kumar Shah, his experience back into the international side. All 8 of these players have lots of international experience, none more so than a couple of the folk heroes there, Karen Casey and Sampal Kami, fittingly next to each other in the middle, and of course the hometown hero here, Sandeep Lamachani. He is loved across Kathmandu. We've got 32 games that will decide the inaugural champions of this Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by NPL, and it's an 8-team round robin, so 28 group games that will be followed by 4 playoff matches, and they will be played from the 18th of December on, all the way building up to that grand final where we will have a packed house, no doubt about it, on the 21st of December. Really is a special venue, this. You can see plenty of fans who haven't been able to get tickets. They're just enjoying the atmosphere in and around. And the job that the Cricket Association of Nepal have done here, building a grandstand for the first time, lots of colour and festivity. This is cricket in Nepal. This is what it's all about. This was a little while earlier. The opening ceremony, we saw the under-19s team, the women's side, greeted around the ground, and then the victory song sung, joined in by plenty of the fans as well, and then plenty of the VIPs on show. Paris Khadka, the Cricket Association of Nepal secretary, joining plenty of the dignitaries there. There was VIPs throughout the venue. We saw, of course, Cheat as well, the snow leopard, that was announced as the official tournament mascot yesterday. And then the man who caused quite a stir last night, landing into Kathmandu for the first time. That's Shikhar Dhawan there, pictured with Lokesh Sharma, who's the managing director of TCM Sports, who of course are the commercial and strategic partners for this NPL. But the fans gave him a massive roar, to say the least. Shikhar is in town, and he's going to love every second of being here for the Festival of the Himalayas. Well, this ground has never looked better, I can assure you of that, and the pitches tend to play very well. What is the pitch going to do for this opening match of the tournament? Let's get out to Sridhar and take a look at that.
We are here at the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium in Kirtipur for the inaugural edition of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League by NPL. That partnership we have in store. Let's look at the all-important pitch for today. We are on pitch number 4, which is the center square, so we've got equidistant boundaries. Let's take a closer look on this. It's hard, it's nice. There's 2 mm of grass well rolled in. The ball should come onto the bat. Remember, we are at an altitude of 1,480 meters above sea level. The ball is going to travel. Traditionally, this is a high-scoring venue with a highest score of 247 scored by Netherlands against Namibia. All in all, batsmen will be licking their lips, and we've got another very high-scoring contest in the offing. Let the better team come on top.
He's spot on the money. Tends to be a high-scoring surface here, always. Now, what they have done is they've expanded the boundary distances a little bit, done a really good job at upgrading this TU International cricket ground. So we're looking at boundary lengths in every direction of over 60 metres, even though we're up here at altitude over 1,400 metres. So a little while earlier, we had Mikhail Vaswamy out for the big moment, the toss of the first ever game of this NPL. Let's go and find out what happened.
Namaste Nepal, Tapai Kasto Hunahunchu. Incredible day, historic day here at the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium. We're all set for the toss in the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by NPL. I have the star cast to my left, captain of Biratnagar Kings Sandeep Lamachani, captain of Janakpur Bowls Anil Kumar Shah, and to adjudicate the flip of the coin, a match referee Mohammad Shafiq. Home team Biratnagar Kings Sandeep, give that coin a flip. Heads is the call.
Hey,
Heads it is. Anil, you win the toss. What have you decided and why?
We're gonna bowl first because the wicket looks fresh and we don't know how he's gonna play. So we wanted to see that unfortunately what is going to the square and we'll chase it.
Right, now that you're bowling first, what's the kind of total you want to chase batting second?
Around 160 will be a good score, I guess. So we are looking to restrict them under 160.
Right, take us through your side, the combination, and what can we expect this season, the inaugural edition of the Nepal Premier League?
We are good balanced team. And the foreigners are also arrived and we are looking balanced and our domestic players are also good, so we are looking in good shape and we had some practice games also and we practice as a team, so we are looking good.
A word on this platform, occasions, the opportunity and the crowd.
You know the crowd already, right? So
They love the cricket here.
yes, they love the cricket, they love us, so we're gonna do our best and we will expect the support from them.
Right, good luck, all the very best in this first game, Anil.
Thank you so much.
Sandeep, happy to bat first in game 1, day 1, season 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, being a professional cricketer, it doesn't really matter if you're batting or bowling first. It's just about 20 overs. You go there and express yourself.
Now that you're batting first, you had a look at the surface. What's the kind of score you'll be looking at?
Definitely. We would love to, score somewhere around like 180 to 190. TV has always been a good place to bat on for the batters, and definitely a good score to defend.
What can the fans expect from the Biratnagar Kings this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, their love and their passion towards this game has been absolutely amazing, and we are definitely, we are very grateful to them. Every time they come here and support their respective teams, and definitely we would give them a lot of smiles today and in the tournament going on.
Right, good luck, Sandeep. All the very best. Big outing, big occasion. Make it count.
Thank you so much.
Right, so the news from the centre is that Janakpur Bulls have won the toss in game 1 and they have decided to bowl first.
So that was the news from the middle. The anticipation, well, to say it's reaching fever pitch would be an understatement. Massive roar rings out across this amphitheatre. It's a real cricketing coliseum here in Kirtipur. We're just about 15 minutes outside of the city centre. Beautiful Kathmandu, not far away also from Lalitpur, the twin cities here. And there is literally not a spot in the world. And you can see the fans have got the signs out. It is a special day for cricket here in Nepal. There has been a huge amount of work done to get us to this starting point. 8 teams representing the length and breadth of the country will be playing out to become the inaugural champions of this Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by NCL. Big tradition here in Nepal, of course, is the national anthem. And as the tournament anthem rings out, we will pause now for the national anthem. Listen to that. If that doesn't get your goosebumps going, I don't know what will. The national anthem of Nepal, sung out by every single member of this capacity crowd on the opening day. Let's get a look at the two starting 11s. Now, each side is entitled to play 4 overseas players, and both have gone with all 4. I'm delighted to introduce and welcome HD Ackerman alongside me. HD, firstly, a warm welcome. Namaste to Nepal. Great to have you with me. What do you make of the two 11s?
Yeah, Andrew, good afternoon, and it really is an absolute honour to be here when you've spoken many times to me when we've done broadcasts around the world about the cricketing, the love of cricket here in Nepal, but you really have to see it to believe it. Two very strong sides. You've mentioned those 4 overseas players for the Janakpur Bolts. You've got Mohammed Mohsin, who's from the United States, Ben Mike, who plays for Leicestershire in England, Harsh Thacker from Canada, and Lahiru Malanta, also from the United States, born in Peshawar. And for the Biratnagar Kings, Nicholas Kirk from Canada, left-hander, very stylish player. Akilias from Oman, local man Sandeep Lamachani. We look forward to watching him bowl. Chris Soul from Scotland, rumoured to bowl it at over 140, can touch 150, so that'll be interesting to see. And then right at the top of the order, Martin Guptill from the Kings, who is a very powerful striker. There is no boundary in the world big enough to keep him quiet when on song.
Yeah, he's kind of one of the 2 real star attractions, isn't he? You think of Shikhar Dhawan headlining the national news last night, but also Martin Guptill, not long retired from international cricket, but still in absolutely immaculate form and shape. Also 2 really high-profile head coaches. Kevin O'Brien with his first ever head coach's gig in any franchise cricket. He is the head coach of Biratnagar Kings, captained by Sandeep Lamachani. And then somebody who's much loved here in Nepal, HD, that's Pabudi Dasanayake, the former national team head coach, took them to their first ever World Cup, the T20 World Cup back in 2014. Also had a second stint just after COVID too, and then went on to coach Canada. Was actually involved with Oman recently in the Cricket World Cup League 2 series. And this will come as no surprise to you in particular, HD. Look who's striding out to the middle, taking the batting. The fans will want to see what Martin Guptill can do.
38 years young, Martin Guptill, the New Zealander, has played in all the leagues around the world, the biggest of the biggest, the Indian Premier League, obviously, and here he is in Nepal. A strike rate of 130, a best of 120 not out. That's in the domestic cricket over in New Zealand against Auckland. Let's hope that he finds some form for those thousands that have turned out to watch this opening game.
Yeah, he'll open the batting alongside one of the hometown stars. Look, century here against the Ireland Wolves for Nepal at this very ground. He's a really talented youngster, and he's somebody who I think many think here in Nepal should be in and around the international side. HD, you know my affiliation with Nepal. I have never seen excitement like this. Maybe just March 16th of last year when 35,000 were here to see Nepal beat the UAE in the most dramatic of circumstances. The build-up is over. The time is now, but not yet, HD. Not yet. You'll have to wait a moment longer.
Yeah, I must admit, I did touch on it earlier that you've spoken about Nepal glowingly over the years that I've worked with you, and I've always thought, oh, come on, man, turn it up. But it is real. It is very, very real. And the crowd, the atmosphere here has been immense. Second time lucky, here we go.
Kishore Mahano with a new ball in hand. Here we go. And a swing and a miss. Let's talk about Lokesh Bam, HD. Many will be so pleased to see this young man back in Nepal. He's actually spent some time out of the country, like so many, with their connections, like the least connections that is down in Australia. So he's been playing some great cricket down there. Many were worried they might have lost Kishore Mahano to the game here. He's back. He goes well in this NPL, and we're going to see him back in and around the national side. Comes off the top edge, the first runs of the tournament. Very nearly going to be a maximum. It'll be 1 bounce and 4. Not where he intended it, but we are up and underway with the first boundary. That is a Super 4, powered by Ncell 4G.
Not small boundaries here. All of about 64 meters all the way around the ground, but it's the altitude that we have, which means that the ball just flies forever. So a little bit surprised that it just actually didn't go all the way. Just 1 bounce and then into the boundary fence.
appreciate the way. No shortage of pace either. Talented Kishore Mahalo, thought he was impressive in that qualifier there in Zimbabwe last year. And just a warning for coming straight down the track. Done an amazing job at this ground, HD. I know it's your first sight of it, but this is the best it's ever looked. They've also done extensive renovations, extended those boundaries by about 4 to 5 metres, put the retaining fence back. But the charm of this ground, you spoke about the passion here, it is quite something. Inside the off stump. One of the great things about competitions like this is the inaugural edition, but opportunities for hometown officials as well. There's plenty of experience internationally. Got Durganatsu Bedi there. He is standing and he's joined by his colleague at square leg. That's Vinay Kumar Jha. Beautifully bowled, shape on offer. There he is, HD, Vinay Kumar Jha. It's a great thing, isn't it, to have the hometown umpires get their chance to shine too.
I hope they're not listening, but they're under a little bit of pressure here because they don't have the added advantage that some of the big international umpires have in some of these other tournaments where they can go to DRS. DRS is not available, so their decisions will be the ones that matter.
To the leg side and just be a single despite the roars of the crowd. Our third umpire, BJ Shinwari as well. And there, well, is a fever pitch coming, and the reason for that, just in case you're wondering, HD, Martin Gupta will come on to strike now.
But you're giving Martin Gupta the credit. I just think that those in attendance are just cheering every single run as if it's a massive event. I mean, if you just walk into this ground and you've never been here before, you would have thought that that previous delivery went out the ground. But it is Gupta. And there is a little bit of swing that he's got to contend with.
An anticlimactic over.
Have a little look because the surface is a little bit on the slowish side. It's dry and it just holds ever so slightly through the stroke. Rajbanji has the first one. So what is Bam? Rakesh Bam, he goes for 5. It's 6 for 1.
Well, that's the way to start your Nepal Premier League campaign if you're Lalit Rajbanshi. A wicket from his very first delivery bowled in it, and it's the first wicket of the tournament. It will bring the captain of Oman to the crease, Aki Bilyas, a fine all-rounder. Many will think of his batting, particularly in the ODI format, but his bowling is something to watch here, HD. Liam Livingston-esque off spin and leg spin. He also does something really I've only ever seen Chris Gale do. That's not hit the ball like Chris Gale, HD. That's wear sunglasses when he's batting. It is bright, it is glary. He's a unique character, but he's very talented, Aki Bilyas.
Sliding down the leg side. I saw Richie Richardson do it many, many years ago, but he went one better than everyone, is that he went in with sunglasses and a floppy hat. It's not a bad shout.
He also plays a unique shot, HD. I'm not sure if you've seen this one. He plays the wrong foot sweep shot. So he will put his right foot, his back foot, in front of his left foot, get out in front of it, and then kind of sweep it behind square. Very interesting approach and method. You get a quick signal to get off the mark. Despite the direct hit, I think he's safely home.
Just going back to those sunglasses, I was standing out there earlier on before the players made their way onto the field, and there is quite a heavy glare out there with the game starting around midday. I can understand why Elias decides to wear those sunglasses. None for Guptill.
He's very active on social media as well, HD. Loves a poster too, does Aki? Side edge saves Guptill. Now, one thing that cricket in Nepal is known for, not just its passion, HD, its quality of spin bowling, and particularly its left-arm spinners. I've described them as an army of left-arm spinners here in Nepal. And if you're the number one left-arm spinner in the country, like Lalit Rajbanshi, you need to be very good, and he is excellent. He challenges the inside edge with a lack of spin, and he's incredibly accurate. He's caused all sorts of problems in his first over, including the first wicket. The Kings, 7 for 1. So there's the 8 captains. Only confirmed last night. We didn't know who was going to captain the Janakpur Bolts. 7 of those 8 players, HD, are the marquee players, the ones that were assigned before the draft. So the only one that is an exception to that is Anil Shah, who is captaining instead of Asif Sheikh. The biggest and best names in cricket in Nepal, all absolute regulars in the national team. They're the 8 skippers. This one's steered away behind point. It'll just be a single.
Well, I haven't seen a lot of the local players. I was fortunate enough to do some work at the Asian Games in Hangzhou a couple of years ago, where the captain of the Royals, Dipendra Singh Ari, managed to get a half century of just 9 deliveries when Nepal owned that world record of the most runs in a T20 international. I don't think it belongs to them anymore. It's a big call, but I think it might have disappeared a few weeks ago.
HD, you know my badgery for cricket, you're always on the money. I'd let you know if not. Zimbabwe it was that broke against Gambia. That was in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup qualifier, sub-regional B. Gambia ranked in the 90s in the world, taking on the full member. They were hammered around the ground for 344 by Zimbabwe in that game, breaking the 314 that Mongolia posted. You're right about Dipendra Singh Ari's record, though. It'll never be broken. It's impossible. It's 9 balls, 50 runs. And the hometown DJ just playing that victory song that is always sung after every single game that Nepal win. I think he maybe anticipated the fielding change. Hopefully he'll allow play to continue. One of the things, HD, I think that they've done so well here for this inaugural NPL, they've spread the teams right across the country. So this is a kind of derby of the two easternmost sides, if you will. Both Biratnagar and Janakpur right down on the border. And something that they've done in the build-up to this tournament, all of the teams have gone back to where they're from originally. So the Biratnagar Kings, for example, they've had a series of talent identification camps across Janakpur, across the Koshi province. The same for the Janakpur Bolts. And you can see all the way from east to west, out towards the far west, Sudar Pashim done a great job at identifying where the hotbeds of cricket are and then putting those teams in place. Sort of a break in play here, HD. I'm not altogether too sure why, but it's a gorgeous country, isn't it? What are your first impressions of it?
Well, I was devastated that my flight was delayed out of Singapore, so I actually only landed here in Kathmandu in darkness. And I was really hoping to get a bird's eye view, but I'll have a look when I'm on the way out, but that isn't a long time. That is at the conclusion of this event. But so far, I mean, very welcoming. The people have been amazing.
They're the friendliest people you'll meet in your entire life. Their love for cricket is Ilyas slips, but it won't burst in a single. Well, it's unrivaled. Dominates the national agenda. Nothing unites this country like the fortune. The men's and women's national teams, they've done better than they've ever done. You saw, I know your heritage as an ex-South African player, you saw how close they pushed South Africa in that World Cup. They're not the finished article yet at the international level, but the potential very much there in a big way.
That's just what they've become renowned for, is they've caused upsets in virtually every sort of global competition that they've played in. I mean, I came across Nepal as a cricketing nation many years ago when I opened up a newspaper in South Africa, and Nepal had beaten the South African under-19 team in an under-19 World Cup. And since then, sort of had a look at results going forward. But they produce some world-class players already.
The other thing they're known for, HD, is drama. Their national team is nicknamed the Cardiac Kids. The reason why the blood pressure monitors go through the roof when the national team is playing. Anything can happen. And certainly, think of the national team, you think of the drama that they bring. I think we're going to see the same in the NPL. I think it's going to be the exact same. This man, I have been badgering you for years, haven't I, about how great Nepal is. I'm so glad you're here to experience it in person.
A few days ago I would have said you're under pressure, but having spent a few hours here, you're not under any pressure anymore.
And for those who don't know HD former test player for South Africa, former captain of Leicester County Cricket Club, broadcasts all around the world. We were also on call together, weren't we, for that under-19 World Cup. Nepal beat Afghanistan. You talk about drama. That was drama there. Dev Canal, oh, we went through the ringer that day, the roller coaster of emotions. Gupta will keep the strike. It's been a cautious start for him. 11 for 1.
Lucas Bond,
It's a potential order, not necessarily a set order. Macy, Biratnagar at number 4. Nicholas Curtin is someone for me who could have a big tournament. He's a fine player, and left-handers are going to be key in this competition with the abundance of left-arm spin that will be bowled. Gupta certainly taking some time to acclimatise here.
It's his first trip to Nepal as well, Martin Guptill, so he'll just want to have a little feel of how the surface plays. game you were talking about that we were on air together. Nepal won in that tight finish. You presented me with a ducker topi that day, and I still have it, and I'm apologizing for not bringing it with me, but there's a very good reason why. Is I'm in the process of building a new home in Perth, Australia, and so 90% of my stuff, if you would call it that, has gone into storage, and the topi has gone in there as well until I can move into my new home, and then it will emerge again.
There is that wrong foot sweep shot I was talking about. Very unique. Lucky Vilias owns that stroke. All I'm hearing is excuses. Excuses as to why you didn't bring it. The good news, though, I just can't believe you haven't been given one yet. You usually get greeted by someone at the airport putting a scarf around your neck and the topi on your head. I'll find you one in the coming days.
Team outside the line of off stump.
Guptill goes down the ground, not exactly where he intended. Kind of skews up a bit of an inside edge, really. To be a single. One of the things I'm so excited about for this competition, there's a lot of associate talent here, but also maybe an introduction for the likes of Martin Guptill, who has played, like you said, in every league around the world, as to how good associate cricket is, how good cricket in Nepal is. These full member stars, HD, I don't think they're going to have it all their own way throughout this NPL.
No, they very seldom do when they go to the various leagues that they go and play, when they come across different surfaces, different types of bowlers. Not an easy man to hit over mid-off, Rich Bunch. Not at the moment, because the ball's just sort of gliding on to middle and leg rather than holding and turning.
That's much more like it, and that gets the biggest roar of the day thus far. One bounce, 4, and Guptill almost a punch of gloves in relief. 4 ball, 19 for 1. Nestled here into the Chobar Dada. Dada is the local word for hills, HD, so it is the most beautiful scene you can imagine. First change of bowling in the tournament could be Ben Mike, one of your alma maters, Leicester County Cricket Club in England. 10 English players here, spread themselves all around the world in the winter, don't they? Clipped into the leg side. It's about 64 metres out there, and Williams will canter back for a couple.
I said that Rich Bunch was difficult to hit over long off. This is the area that Guptill will be looking to go over long on, because he's not turning it away from the right-hander, just drifting it into the right-hander, so almost hitting it with the swing rather than with the spin.
Medium pace, maybe a little more than that. Historically here, HD, at this venue, that tends to be what can go the distance. You've got express pace, you can go right. You'll need to have all your tricks of the trade. It's the first time that we've seen high-level cricket played at the extended facility, so the boundaries are bigger. You heard the captains talk about 160 to 190. That's quite a broad range, isn't it? I've seen 200 gone past here at plenty. Now Nicol off the Eton of Namibia scored the fastest T20I ton. When you get in and you get set, you can really cash in here with that altitude. About 1,450 metres, although you were at pains to tell me it's not as high as Johannesburg.
It actually shocked me. It actually shocked me, and I think it's because I just associate Nepal with Mount Everest, so you just think it's in the clouds. But no, not quite as high as Johannesburg. High enough.
City that loves its dance and its music. It's beautifully ball beats the outside edge, just a little bit of shape. Hasn't quite been the run fest we necessarily expected, but I suspect the ground staff have maybe left a little bit of grass on there just to keep these pitches together.
Late swing as well. Does it traditionally get easier to score or tougher to score here?
Always easier. So you'll see captains tend to want to win and bowl first, know what they're chasing down, particularly if you look at the